Hello and welcome to How to Survive a Man's World. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to deal with men's snappy, inappropriate comments.
This is a man's world, but we won't quit. This is a man's world. She who dares wins.
Yep, over the years working construction, I've had my fair share of insulting, sexist, and sometimes downright ridiculous comments that have been said to me. I'm going to share some of them with you and tell you how I've dealt with them. Before we get started, why not make yourself a drink? A gin, a beer. I'm going to stick with a water because, to be honest with you, alcohol does not solve your problems. Although in this case, and some of these comments, it actually might. So let's get down to the nitty gritty and discuss some of the comments that have been said to me over the years. "Ooh, you look like you've robbed a charity shop." Yes, that was in reference to the clothing that I was wearing. Obviously it was oversized because they don't make women's clothing in construction. You really shouldn't be wearing tight jeans on site because the guys can't concentrate when they want to work. Yeah, not sure that was actually my fault. You might want to think about wearing a little bit more wake up to work. Yeah, okay, sure. Are you the cleaner? I didn't know that women could be engineers. Women don't belong in the construction industry. Have you put on a bit of weight? Because your bum seems... It's really... Why not explain your feelings? I know this sounds weird, but I've had a couple of guys who have said comments on and off, and I've got up to them and said, look, the things that you're saying to me really affect me and I don't appreciate them. You're affecting my work, you're affecting how I feel at work. And they've been shocked. I don't think they've realised that what they've been saying has had a huge impact on me. And they've just apologised there and then and said, I'm really sorry, this won't happen again. Don't get me wrong, explaining your feelings to someone won't work all the time. Sometimes I use the give back approach, the pushback. So what's the pushback? Someone makes a comment at you, be quick-witted and shoot one back at them. If it's insulting, shoot an insult back at them. And 9 times out of 10, they're caught off guard and they don't know what to do. And if you make someone laugh, effectively you're just smashing that insult right back in their face. It's not the most professional thing to do. And to be honest with you, in construction, sometimes it's been the only way for me to get my point across and stop someone else continuing to insult me. Again, this one's quite similar. The best form of attack is defense. If I'm with a group of guys and they're all making laughs and jokes and some of them are aimed towards me, I will go to that group and I'll find out who the key joker is, and then I will figure out how to kind of get under his skin. Have a bit of banter, don't get too serious, but just throw some comments back and see how that goes down. 9 times out of 10 that earns a bit of respect amongst the guys, and they're like, oh, actually, you know what? She can give as good as she gets, so we're just gonna perhaps, not lay it on too thick next time. Being funny with a comment is way better than being insulting, but having a funny insult is the secret weapon. Now, don't get me wrong, on a construction site it works, but if you're in a more professional environment, it's not going to cut it. You need to look at other ways to tackle these comments. If you've approached someone and tell them that their comments are inappropriate or hurtful and they're not listening to you, then you might have no other option than to take it to HR. Someone above that person, maybe even someone above you, they're in higher management, and you just to explain the situation, tell them how uncomfortable you are and how unprofessional it is that this person is being. And 9 times out of 10, a company will have a procedure in place that helps you deal with that person to make sure your life is not made miserable. I've been in situations over the years where I've had a few inappropriate comments made to me, and these people have been on site for a very short period of time, and 9 times out of 10 I'm thinking it's not worth the hassle. So what I actually do is just avoid them. I know this is not great and in some cases can't be done, but if you can, just avoid that person. They're not worth the time or space. Another thing you can do is find someone else that can provide you with a bit of support. So if someone's making comments about you or being inappropriate, then go and tell someone who might be a friend that you work with or a colleague and explain to them what's happening. I've done this in the past and found out that that person has then gone and spoken to the other person who's making the comments and put across my view and stop them in the path effectively. It's helped that it's not been me that's confronted them. Then I don't have to deal with that person, but someone else has kind of like fought my corner for me. And there's nothing to be ashamed about with that, especially if you're not comfortable going up to that person and trying to solve the issue there and then. Hopefully that's given you some help and ideas. Thanks for watching today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And remember, nobody deserves to be in a situation where they're being insulted or inappropriate comments are being said about them. So nip it in the bud, get it sorted. Life will be a lot easier at work. I'm now thinking maybe I should come up with some witty one-liners that you guys can use to stab back at those crappy insults. Maybe that'll be an excuse for another video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and I'll catch you guys next week.